Drilling. Drilling is a process of making a deep hole in the earth to extract the oil, even called a bore well. A steel pipe is placed in the borehole that enables the oil to pass into the bore, which is then extracted by regulating the pressure of the valve fitted at the other end of the pipe that controls the flow of oil in the pipe. Glue sticks. The glue sticks are melted by heating the conductor by passing the current. The electric energy is converted into thermal energy. By pressing the trigger, the stick is pushed such that it touches the hot conductor and gets melted, and flows out. Stirrers. Stirrers are used to mix the powder, or two ingredients, or dilute the chemical in water. The mechanical energy is bound into action while stirring, which produces the chemical energy which is given out due to the breaking of bonds and formation of new bonds in the mixture. Pestle. Pestles are used to break the components into pieces. In laboratories, the powdery chemical component is broken into fine particles of nanosized to study the details of the elements carefully. Volcanoes. The mechanical activities of the plates cause the contraction and repulsion of two plates, consequences in the volcanic eruption at the boundaries. The magma that erupts contains various elements and minerals at varying crystallization levels of grains and composition. Grinding. Grinders are used to break the substances into fine particles too. The rollers attached to the shaft run over the mixture to deform it into fine powder. Thus, mechanical energy is used to produce chemical energy. Churning. It is a method of practice to extract oil from coconut, produce butter from milk, etc. There is a thick and heavy rod placed in the middle of the iron container which is rolled continuously. The pressure imposed on the coconut first breaks down the coconut into pieces and further extracts the oil from the coconut. Juicers. The juice is obtained from the fruits and vegetables by squeezing. Juicer also does the same thing by applying force, squeezing, and filtering the extract from the fruits. Cashew feni. Cashew feni is famous liquor in Goa introduced by the Portuguese. The ripened cashews are deseeded and are collected on the basin-shaped rock where the cashews are stomped, and the juice released from the cashew is called nero, which is then fermented, keeping half buried into the ground for at least 3 days. This extracted nero is then distilled 3 times to get a feni. Shoeing. Shoeing is a form of mechanical energy utilized to break the food ingredients into smaller particles. Food supplies us with chemical potential energy. Extraction of petroleum. Petroleum is a mixture of oil and natural gas which is extracted from beneath the surface of the earth by drilling wells into underground reservoirs. The location from where the usable petroleum can be extracted is traced by using magnetometers and gravimeters. Centrifugal separation. This technique is based on the centrifugal force used to separate the particles from the solution. The rotor is made to rotate at a high speed in the refrigerator chamber, such that the centrifugal force is more compared to the centripetal force in the tube, resulting in the sedimentation of the particles in the solution and settling down in the tube depending upon the density of the particles. Froth flotation. It is a process of separating the minerals from the ores obtained from mines. This method is used when the impurities are heavier than the ore. The ore is mixed in the water and the hydrophobic elements are raised above the surface of the water in the form of froth, remaining the higher impurities behind. This becomes easy to separate the minerals from the ore. Weathering. The mechanical activities break down the rocks, that resulting in the chemical weathering of rocks. The weathering of the rocks depends upon the temperature conditions it is exposed to and also the composition and hardness of the rock. Windmill. Windmill starts rotating the propellers attached to the shaft when the wind speed available is high enough to rotate the propellers. The motor connected to the shaft boosts the speed of the shaft and the propellers that supply energy to the generator to start, thus converting mechanical energy to chemical energy to start the batteries to supply electrical energy. Torches. The torch running on the batteries is also an example of mechanical to chemical energy. Putting on the switch on the torch turns on the batteries by generating the chemical energy. Frequently asked questions. What is chemical energy? It is energy stored within the molecules that is released by some consequences. The chemical energy is released when the bonds between the chemical elements break, releasing the amount of energy in the surrounding. How mechanical energy is converted into chemical energy? Mechanical energy is a form of work done utilizing the potential and kinetic energy of the system. The mechanical energy can be used to extract the chemical energy from the chemical components that would result by breaking the bonds between the atoms. Please visit our website lambdageeks.com for more articles on technology, engineering, mathematics, and various other domains. Scientific calculator and many more other tools.